All right. Sonic community. Yes, I like you. I know it's rare to hear, right? Most people will say, oh God, I hate the Sonic community, even people in it, right? Outside, inside, oh, it's so toxic. Okay, hold on, before I get distracted, shoutouts to Wallace Prower. Sonic Expo as well, I wanted to shout out, because nobody captures the Sonic community better, event-wise, than Sonic Expo, but then Wallace Prower's capture of the event as a whole is also at a production level that is really the only B-roll I could use for something like this. So shoutouts. That's where my love for the community starts, you can tell. So the toxicity piece, right? We got to talk about that before anything else. So I believe there's two main reasons why Sonic is perceived as toxic, and I brought them up quite frequently. So I'll start with the one I've talked about before. Starting the scene marketing-wise by taking jabs at basically every other competitor or media property in his general vicinity. That's naturally going to... He's playing the short game, not the long game, by doing that. And so we're feeling the whiplash effect of doing that when he started. But also, I feel like this toxicity that a lot of people complain about, right? This is the second reason that I think is the larger reason, is that it's just simply an older franchise. So that means that people are coming at each piece of news with a different level of intensity, a different life experience. There's a generational divide. You'll find that level of toxicity is true about anything that is generational, right? And the internet only exaggerates that disconnect, right? So I think it's simply just the kind of the two generations just rubbing each other the wrong way, and it's natural. I found many people try to escape, like, I'm leaving the Sonic community. I'll be safe from toxicity now. And it's always like, yeah, okay. Like, no, you gotta leave the internet. You gotta leave the internet and get involved in, like, community groups. Then you'll get the toxicity gone. But then you gotta ask yourself if you're just creating an echo chamber. But that's a different discussion. So you gotta find a way to navigate it safely. And so this is where you come in, right? I'll make multiple parts to this because this is an ongoing discussion. But that, I believe, is the appropriate filter, or I guess my handbook, for navigating the Sonic community without taking things too personally, right? Dunk culture that is exaggerated by things like Twitter. Sonic exaggerates that too, right? It's the whiplash effect of Sonic being that way when he started. So everybody's naturally like, oh, I can't wait to put him in his place. That makes sense, right? It makes sense. So again, acknowledge that dunk culture is exaggerated by Sonic as well as social media exaggerating it. But also, he's an old franchise. So the people that you're interacting with online that you think are toxic, it's gonna require more flexibility on your part to interact with those individuals. Okay, this video is called Why I Love the Community. I've been on the defensive, so let me talk about why I love it. So I did a little bit earlier, right? There's these conventions, right? Summer of Sonic, I believe, was one of the first massive ones, large-scale ones. And I believe there's not many media properties that have such a passionate community that can coordinate something like this. And you gotta give props to that. The Sonic community is rare in its ability to put differences aside, coordinate to create something truly special. And I think that is proof that that toxicity that people kind of try so desperately to cling to only Sonic, right? They try to staple it just to Sonic. It's only his fans are weird. It's only his fans. The internet's just weird, bro. Like, that's the way it is. It's just Sonic is one of the first franchises that existed socially online because he was popular at the time the internet was too. So the community is just so dated, so many different practices, so many different ads playing when they shouldn't be in the middle of a video. So we've got wonderful creative works by these fans that, despite that picture I just painted, have come out on top. Not only that, but have worked in an official capacity with the Sonic series. So being acknowledged by officials. There's no bigger W than that, right? And that, that is what makes it inescapable for me, right? I'm not the type of person that's pigeonholed by Sonic content. I already do this media education thing outside. I love uniquely the Sonic community because of the hardships we have collectively gone through, because of the toxicity claims that we get labeled on us. because then it means we have to rise above those expectations and do even better. And there is mountains, piles of evidence of our community doing just that. So the intrusive negative thoughts never win, at least in my brain when it comes to the Sonic community. There's Wallace. He made this video. Go subscribe. Peace.